Joining me now in this studio from the Brockville and District Hospital Foundation, I'm talking with the Executive Director, Trish, Buote, as well as the Administrative Manager, Emily Maskell. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
People have a lot of events that are coming up very soon, don't you?
We have absolutely a lot of things that we hope are going to be a real value to the community and certainly to the hospital.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The first one I want to talk about is the 5th annual Ride the River. That is coming up when?
That is coming up on Sunday, June 8th.
Alrighty. And is there an early bird deadline?
Yes, so our early bird deadline ends April 10th for registration.
For registration, which has a bearing on the price.
Yes.
Okay, so please tell our viewers the pricing.
So early bird registration is $50 for an individual, $100 for a team or family of 4, and then $250 for a team of unlimited riders.
Okay, alrighty. Now, what do you mean by bottoms up? I love it, but I mean, what do you mean?
It's about modernizing colon health. So,
Okay.
So it's a little cheeky. There we go. Cheeky way to say it. But it is about our this year the hospital needs us to focus on endoscopy equipment, things to help with colon health and colon care. So.
Okay, good choice. Very good choice. So the actual ride is on Sunday, June the 8th, that you have mentioned. Tell our viewers who have never ever been on the river for riding their bicycle and whatnot. Please tell them what this day, how it unfolds, and what they can expect.
Okay, so this day we start at Browns Bay. So we have registration that starts at 8. We have a couple different routes that people can take. We have a 5-kilometer, 25-kilometer, a 50-kilometer, and a 75-kilometer ride. And all the riders go out and ride along the parkway. So the 75 is new this year. It's the full length of the parkway. And that's for our more experienced riders. And then we have a little celebration back at Browns Bay with a barbecue to celebrate our riders and announce our raised amount.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a beautiful venue that we have. It's family friendly and welcoming.
So you have ordered good weather, right?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. That's the key. I know.
Last year was beautiful. So we're asking for a repeat, please.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll see what happens.
The weather gods, you'll talk to the weather gods.
Yeah, but you know what? So if it rains just a little bit, who cares?
Yeah.
It cools off the riders. We've
cools
heard that.
off. Yes, it does, and it doesn't really mess up the day too much.
No.
You just get a little.
And it's an important cause. It's to help. I mean, how many people have you heard of have a colonoscopy these days?
Yeah.
You want the best equipment.
You do.
You want the best way to detect if there's an issue or no issue. So those kind of things are going to be really important. So it's a great cause.
It is indeed. It is indeed. So. Doesn't matter about the weather. Forget that one. So let's talk about April the 15th. I think that's your next Med Talks.
Yes, that's our next Med Talk. And
Where?
it's at the Aquarium. And it's actually on colon health. So everything from how do you keep your colon healthy on an ongoing basis? What do you eat? What's your diet? Does your heredity kind of play into it and things like that? Mm-hmm. And so we'll have a surgeon that's going to talk about that. And then the dreaded colonoscopy and those kind of tests that you need to have to make sure that everything is going well. And what's the age range is now. And people don't tend to know that, right? And unless you're getting to that age and your doctor says, hey, you should have a colonoscopy or if there's any concerns. And then that's one surgeon will talk to that. And the last surgeon will talk about what if something is detected, and how do we deal with that? What's that journey look like, and how from having something like a polyp to something that maybe is cancer, and how do we deal with that? And so we want the public to be able to ask questions. We have some wonderful surgeons at the hospital, and they're so knowledgeable, and which really is the purpose of us bringing Med Talks forward is to connect the community with the actual doctors and surgeons and healthcare professionals who have that expertise to answer your questions directly. So you'll have an opportunity to be able to do that. If you're not comfortable standing up and asking your question, you can write it on a card, but but we'll hopefully answer all the questions with a little bit of a fireside chat. And we're hoping to bring also someone on who can talk about the experience that they had. So we're still working on that.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, it's bringing the value back to the community and saying, you know what? Here's why your hospital is important. Here's some access for you. Here's some opportunity to hear what's important to you. And again, reinforcing that the hospital, you might need it for any various reason, from, you know, children to yourself to grandchildren, whoever. But we need to make sure that the information goes to the community members.
We're educating. You know,
absolutely,
and why not? It doesn't hurt to learn something.
Oh, and that's the future. When we look at our healthcare system, when we look at some of the challenges there, we actually are looking at, you know, prevention. And so if, you know, individuals in the community can kind of take charge themselves and do some things from a preventative perspective, that's going to be less pressure on the healthcare system. So there's a win-win-win all around for an event like this. So,
what time?
It's going to be at 6 p.m. April 15th. You know, bring your questions. We've slated an hour and a half. Sometimes it takes an hour, and sometimes it takes an hour and a half, depending how many questions are. But
exactly,
we'll have the surgeons there, and you know, no question is out of bounds. Of course, you can't diagnose you because they're not your doctor, but they can answer questions about it.
They can.
So, and about it for a family member. Maybe you're concerned about a family member, and how do you get them? You can give me some information about how I can encourage them to get tested and things like that. So,
what the symptoms are.
Right.
You know, it could be It could be totally not even, you know, associated with this. It could be something else. We don't know.
Right.
The body is very, very. It's. I mean,
it's complicated.
That's the word I was looking for.
It's complicated.
I mean, it's, you know, what one person has, another person can have the same symptoms, but it doesn't mean it's the same thing.
No, exactly.
So,
exactly.
So I encouraged our viewers to definitely take these in.
Yeah. We've got a lot of great feedback from the last one that we did on the emergency room, and it's like we told them it was going to be on colon health, and they're like, right on. Let's find out more information, and everybody will take away something that's important to them, something they didn't know. So
you're right. Yeah. You're right. We learn every day.
We do.
Every day. Trish, what is the wave of gratitude?
Oh, a wave of gratitude is our patient gratitude program. So there's an opportunity to thank a healthcare professional that has made your journey at the hospital, whatever reason you've gone there, easier. And we encourage, obviously, a donation to go with that. We have a lot of people who, once they've had the support in the hospital, they are grateful. So they do provide a donation. But what's an important part of this as well, the donation is important, but the other part of it is really thanking that healthcare professional. And then they get public recognition for that in the hospital, right? It goes to their manager, it goes to other people in the hospital who know that this person went above and beyond. And so it's a great opportunity for someone to send a tribute on someone's behalf. So please do that.
We know there's so many people at the hospital that do go up and over, you know, above whatever their task is. And it's a great, as you say, it's a great way, I think, to recognize them, because there's so many that are not recognized.
Right, and you know what?
Silently.
We had one for someone who was in our housekeeping that was doing the floors, took the time and sat with someone whose loved one was in palliative care, and really helped bring down their anxiety, and just to sit with them.
Yes.
That's a reason to provide a recognition to someone, because they contributed to patient care. And at the end of the day, that's what the hospital's for. Ultimate patient care from everybody in the hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I'm sure you see it every day. Both of you would see it every day, that there's unsung heroes out there. You know.
Absolutely.
Okay, so something else that's going to be happening this summer, and I know it's down the road, but there's people that are talking about it right now. The Friends of Palliative Care Golf Tournament. Do you have a date?
That date is August 27th.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, because as I say, there's people that are thinking about it, they're asking about it, and they want to know. So now you know.
We're actively planning. So we're pretty excited about this one. Yeah.
Newsletters. I receive a newsletter from the foundation on a monthly basis, and I absolutely love it, because it keeps me up to date as to what is happening. Can anybody sign up for a newsletter?
Absolutely.
How?
Anyone can sign up. You can go to our website at foundation.com.
Yes.
And on the bottom,
Anyway.
on the bottom, there's a section to sign up for a newsletter.
Okay, so people can sign up there, and I do encourage you to sign up for a newsletter so that you do know what's going on at the hospital, because you people are so busy. There's something happening all the time, and it's always nice to. I know that you recognize people that give donations, and I think that's lovely. But there's other stuff that's in there too, and when it comes to I always forget the name of your programs. What's the one in the newsletter whereby you highlight the different items, the equipment that you need?
Right, the small equipment. Yeah,
Yes.
spotlight the small equipment.
Okay,
that might need support of. Yeah, absolutely. So that's great, because someone might be able to afford to contribute to an MRI, but someone might just want to buy something that's going to help with physiotherapy. And so we've got some small equipment items in there, and so we try to change them up as the need changes, and people can certainly look at it there. But we do provide that in our newsletter.
I love that idea of putting the equipment in there, because it gives people in the community an opportunity. They can either come together as a family, or one person can donate, or two, or whatever.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it's and it's benefiting everybody.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about was I had trouble finding you people the last time that I went to the hospital, because you have a different entrance. Do you not now? I mean, you go through the main doors.
Yes.
But tell our viewers how we get to you.
Well, now you actually have to go past. Before you went before the actual volunteer desk.
Yes.
Now you go past the volunteer desk, turn left, and we've got a bright new door right there. We've expanded our area for where the staff is, and so Emily will be the person who gives you a nice smile and greets you when you come in.
Okay. Well, thank you, because I was like, where are they?
Yeah.
So what happened to the area that we used to enter into? Who is there now?
You can still enter, but the security is right there. So security's been there since the new building went up.
All
So
right.
that's why we decided to have the door on the other side, because people said, "Where are you? The security's there." You actually have to come through past security to come to us. We'll still answer the door if you come that way. So, but we thought, well, let's have a separate entrance altogether. So
Thank you, because I'm with those people that got lost. I mean, you were supposed to be over there. You had moved.
Yeah.
And
the volunteers are wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah,
they know
are.
where we are, and they will help you as well. If you have any concerns, just ask them, and they'll bring you right over to us. So
Don't make any more changes, okay?
No,
more
okay.
changes,
No
all
more
right?
changes.
No.
That's what the staff keeps saying to me too. Come on, no more changes. We have to.
Yeah, we know. But we will find you, because we do ask. So thank you, Will, for coming in today, sitting down with me, and talking about the Ride the River, the 5th annual, as well as all of these other items that we chatted about.
Yeah.
Thank you.